when you're talking to IGA practitioners, and you have probably done it so many times in the past, they are suffering all with speed of application onboarding and with costs. Coming back to a very, very simple example, doing the math, you have 2,500 applications, and you want to onboard this 2,500 applications, and it takes just 1 day for doing a bit of conversation with the application owner, sending him documentation, asking for documentation back, for some technical settings, but also for business settings. In Europe, for example, there is a finance regulation called DORA, the Digital Operations Resilience Act, which requires regulated companies such as banks and insurance companies to do a proper documentation about SOD, recertification cycles, and this kind of stuff. So it's a lot of things you have to collect and incorporate somehow, and we've glued that into a product. And now imagine you're doing this 2,500 times 1 day, and you apply a junior consultant, and for the sake of simplicity, just let's say it's $1,000 a day. Then the math is easy. Then we're ending up with $2.5 million. A junior consultant is just asking people in your enterprise, hey, can you give me this information? And probably they won't react. They're giving you kind of information in the format of choice, but not in the format you can really eat. And our streamlined process helps exactly to go there and kind of reduce the workload. And at the end of the day, you have this kind of collected set of information in order to either use the IGA software application onboarding tool that does all the kind of connector configuration, or when you're working with an SI or a managed services provider, they have often built their own procedures on how to do those things very, very quickly. You can use all the data you have collected with us, throw it into these tools, and kind of do a quicker onboarding with the sake of speeding up enormously.